Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Senators. I'm Lily Tang Williams. I'm a Chinese immigrant from mainland China. I also represent our New Hampshire Asian American Coalition. Believe it or not, we are the second largest minority group in the state of New Hampshire, 3%. And we had a rally last April called Stop Critical Race Theory Indoctrination, organized by us. We had 250 to 300 people showed up to support us. And we had a wonderful, beautiful ending with 10 immigrants on the step of our Concord State Capitol right here, hold a sign in their native language, from Chinese, Vietnamese, to Hebrew, to Thai, to Japanese. You know what they're saying in their own language? One simple sentence from our founding fathers' document, Constitution: all men are created equal. If you don't believe it, we will show you the video. And also, I wrote an open ad before that, a Chinese immigrant warning on critical race theory. Personally, I was born in China. I did not leave that country until I was about 24 years old. I came here without speaking English like I do today here, and with $100 borrowed. Why? Because I had to flee oppressive, the largest totalitarian government today, for my freedom. And it's a long story. I finally come to New Hampshire because I believe our motto, live free or die. And by being a Chinese immigrant, it saddens me to see what's going on in our country today. Division of the society. Parental rights voices are being silenced. Everything is about the race. It's about equity, diversity, and inclusion. You know, we recognize those terms. From the communist country, equity is a communist term, Marxist term. Especially when Black Lives Matter founder organization, I'm not talking about the movement, I'm talking about the founder come out to say, we are trained Marxist. Don't you think our immigrants like me are terrified to hear that? That's very scary. We escaped communism, socialism, Marxism, come to a free country, and our kids today, byproducts of you call it public school education, they don't know any of those horrible evils of communists. They even were chanting, we want a communist revolution. We want more socialism. We want to free this, free that. That's what they promised us under Mao. If we just have communism, everybody will be happy. Utopian will be here. The truth? Nothing can. I was a starving child. I had to eat the red meat to satisfy my hungry stomach. And you tell me that, critical race theory is not being taught in our schools? Just look at NEA, the largest website, the largest teachers union in the country, passed the budget last June to say, we are going to have a budget to push critical race theory into 14,000 public school districts. We have a budget to go after community leaders, parents, and think tanks who oppose this. Well, if our free state to say, hey, we're not going to teach that, good. I applaud for you. Please come out, make a public statement. Our teachers union in New Hampshire, or whoever supports them, to say, I oppose teaching critical race theory, or different name. It's called DEI, diversity, inclusion, equity. As I said, those are the terms we heard before. Under Mao, he used critical class theory to divide all Chinese citizens into oppressor versus oppressed. Sounds familiar to you? land under pressure. It's the capitalists, landowners, intellectuals like our teachers and professors who dare to disagree with the party, labeled black classes. And me, a red child, totally brainwashed to say, hate them, hate the black classes people, because they dare to question Mao, question Communist Party, which is one party rule, and they're trying to destroy our country. I was 12 years old when Mao died. That's when I start to question who lied to me. I self-censored. I could not speak the truth. By me being here today, exercise my constitutional right as a citizen of this great country, demonstrate, America is not a systemic racist country. We reject that premise because you tell me why, if it is, why many immigrants want to come to this country, why they want to come here with nothing, take life risks to get here to achieve their American dream. We're not oppressed. We're not victims. We love this country. We love people of New Hampshire. We love you all. Can we just please talk more about being united? Instead of everything about race, everybody's about skin color. Have you talked to parents who oppose this bill? Have you interviewed students in Hollis High School oppose this bill? Every time when some social activist teachers, most teachers are good. Some teachers are social justice warriors. They are indoctrinating our kids. They're making our kids feel depressed, feel hate their country. They don't even want to go to school anymore. And a parent in Hanover, he testified before, talk about his story. He said he got homework from his kid's school in his area, asking him as a white man to apologize for his whiteness, for his racism. It's so sad to me, our country divided like this. It's nothing new. I'm terrified. If you are talking about teachers terrified who cannot teach real history, which I believe is not true, we supported this bill. We actually testified to say you can teach horror of communism. Lots of teachers don't. I've been kept out of public schools to teach kids as eyewitness of Mao's Cultural Revolution in China, living there for 24 years. Nobody wants to invite me to go there. I'm not real history, I'm a living history. And our teacher even tell me, Lily, we don't know about what happened to you under Mao. More people died under Mao, under communism, than people died in Nazi Germany, in all those wars. Do you know the truth? So when you talk about this teaching real history, yes, I totally support that. I also know about civil rights movement. I know about MLK, who wants his children to be judged only by skin, not by skin, but by the content of his individual character. I totally support that. But are you teaching that? Are you teaching MLK civil rights movement? I agree that slavery was horrible. And individual racism still exists. Not good. Get rid of it. We want to love our citizens. We want to be united. We don't want to look at each other by how they look, what skin color they have. I'm yellow, I'm Chinese. What category do I belong? Oppressed or oppressor? I love this country so much. Every time when I get the opportunity to testify, I will. I also invite teachers to call me, contact me, our association, our coalition, to say, what are other immigrant stories there? We want to hear all sides. Don't take my words for it. Verify yourself. That's what teachers are supposed to do. Teach our kids to be independent, critical thinkers. Instead, like me, was indoctrinated by a government school in China for 20-something years. So I will appreciate if you can call me or email me. You can find our coalition Facebook online, New Hampshire Aging American Coalition. I'm the co-founder, and we have lots of immigrant stories like that. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your testimony. Are there any questions from the committee?
Okay, seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Have a good day. By the way, February 1st is Chinese New Year, and all happy Chinese New Year.
Happy New Year.